Wusthof has been in business for over 200 years, and they produce over 1.7 million knives per year. If you're thinking about buying Wusthof knives, you might be wondering if you should splurge on their best-selling Classic series or go with the much more affordable Gourmet series. In this video, I give you an up-close look at both options. You'll learn how Classic and Gourmet knives differ in materials, design, cutting performance, price, and more. I'll also show you how they hold up after 7 years of regular use. Let's get started. Wusthof Classic and Gourmet blades are made from the same German steel, but Classic blades are forged and Gourmet blades are stamped. Forged blades start as a single bar of steel that's heated and formed with machines into the blade. This process results in blades that are thick, heavy, and durable. Stamped blades are laser cut from a sheet of steel similar to a cookie cutter. Stamped blades are easier and more economical to mass produce, which is one reason why Gourmet knives are significantly cheaper than Classic. One major downside to Gourmet's stamped blades is that the steel isn't hardened to the same level of Classic's forged blades. Wusthof Classic blades are hardened to 58 on the Rockwell scale, while Gourmet blades are 56. Harder steel is slightly more prone to chipping, but it stays sharper for longer. Out of the box, knives in both series are extremely sharp, but if you use them regularly, you'll notice that over time, Classic knives don't need to be sharpened as often. Another key difference between the Classic and Gourmet series is that Classic knives feature a bolster and Gourmet knives do not. The bolster is the thick part of the blade that provides a smooth transition from the blade to the handle. The bolster is formed during the forging process. It adds weight and balance to the knife, but most importantly, it acts as a barrier that prevents your hand from slipping onto the blade. With the Gourmet series, Wusthof mimics a bolster by extending and tapering the handle up towards the blade, but it doesn't act as a barrier between your hand and the blade nearly as well. Some people love the Classic's full bolster, while others hate it because it can dig into your middle finger when using the pinch grip, and it makes the heel of the blade too thick to use or sharpen. With Gourmet knives, you can sharpen all the way through the heel of the blade. Another downside of the Classic's bolster is after years and years of sharpening, the bolster can protrude past the knife edge so that the blade doesn't make full contact with the cutting board. For most home cooks, this shouldn't be a concern, but if you work in a commercial kitchen and are using Classic knives daily for hours, and sharpening them very often, you might want to consider the Gourmet series or other knives like Zwilling Pro, where the bolster doesn't extend through the heel. Most high-quality German kitchen knives feature a Tang, which is the part of the steel blade that runs through the handle of the knife. Similar to the bolster, the Tang adds weight, balance, and durability. It also prevents the blade from detaching from the handle, since the blade and the handle are essentially one piece. Classic knives have a full tang that runs the entire length and width of the handle. The exposed metal not only displays the handle's sturdiness, but it also adds a nice design element. Gourmet knives have a full tang, but unlike the Classic, it doesn't run the entire width of the handle. As you can see, the tang is exposed on the top of the handle, but it stops halfway down the butt end, and the bottom of the handle is all plastic. Since Classic knives have a thick forged blade, full bolster, and tang, they are noticeably heavier than Gourmet knives. For example, the Classic 8-inch chef's knife weighs 9.1 ounces, and the Gourmet 8-inch chef's knife weighs 6.4 ounces. A few ounces may seem like a minimal difference, but it's noticeable when you pick these knives up, and you'll definitely feel it if you use both knives for long periods. Because they're heavier, Classic knives are more stable and balanced, and the added weight does some of the work for you. As you can see, the weight is evenly distributed throughout the knife. Gourmet knives are more nimble and won't put as much strain on your wrist, but you need to apply more pressure when chopping, and these knives are blade heavy, so they don't feel as balanced in your hand. Another key difference between these series is the number of knives available. Classic is Wustof's most extensive series with over 100 different knives. The blades on these knives are different shapes and sizes, and they offer several handle colors, but every knife shares the same forged German steel, full tang, and traditional triple riveted handle. The Gourmet series gives you plenty of options with 60 unique knives, but you don't get as much choice as you do with the Classic. One of the most significant differences between these two series is the price. Gourmet is Wustof's entry-level and budget-friendly series. Essentially, Gourmet is the cheaper version of the Classic. It has the same handle design and blade profile, but since the blade is stamped, it lacks a bolster, and the tang is only partially exposed, it costs significantly less. The difference in price varies by knife and where you buy, but to give you an idea, the 8-inch Gourmet Chef's Knife is listed for $100 on Wusthof.com, and the 8-inch Classic Chef's Knife is $170. So should you buy Wusthof Classic or Gourmet knives? If it's within your budget, I highly recommend the Classic series. The forged blades are harder, heavier, more balanced, and they hold an edge longer. But the thing I like most about these knives is their durability. I've been using the 6-inch Wusthof Classic Chef's Knife for over 7 years, and as you can see, the blade and handle are still in excellent shape, and the cutting performance is just as good now as it was on day one. Although classic knives cost more, you get better performing knives that will last for decades. The Gourmet series is a great option if you're looking to save or prefer lightweight knives, but you'll need to sharpen them more often, apply more pressure when chopping, and they don't feel nearly as sturdy or balanced in your hand. If a full lineup of classic knives is out of your budget, a smart approach is to invest in a classic chef's knife that you can use for most cutting tasks and save money by complementing it with a gourmet bread knife, paring knife, or whatever specialty knives you want. If you're ready to buy, I'll link to these knives in the video description. Those are affiliate links, so I'll earn a commission if you click and buy, but at no extra cost to you. If this was helpful, check out this video where I break down the pros and cons of Zwilling, Wustof's biggest competitor. If you're a fan of Wusthof, you're definitely going to want to watch this review. And don't forget to click the logo to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.